Hey guys, can you hear me? Greg is about to get in on the phone, so we'll both be up in the live stream, but separated like we need to be. Um, let's see. Still waiting for him to come in. Hey, stop. Hey, Beverly and Lori. We've got Roberta's Artistic Adventures, Marino's Mystery, Richard. Stop it, Eddie. Pafford Homestead. I got a dog trying to lick my hand, and I don't like it. And there's Greg in the backstage. Can you guys hear me though? Eddie, stop it. Our new land is in here. But I need to know if you guys can hear me. Okay. Greg, can you say something?
Do what?
Say something.
Can y'all hear me?
Let's get cooking with Brandy. Yep. They can hear us.
Okay.
Hello, Paul. Our new land, is it one or both of you? Ryan and or Devin. It's usually Devin. That was who I was trying to think of. Devin. Loud and clear, Virginia Alexander. You're not playing with my phone, are you?
Do what?
You're not playing with my phone, are you?
No, I'm looking at the chat.
Okay. Inferno. Gmail got 2 ads. She'll be here soon. Okay.
Paul says for me to be quiet.
Who did?
Paul.
Craig, be quiet. Okay. So, let's give Grandma a minute to get in here. She's got 2 ads going. But what we wanted to do, hey Terry, MT Homestead. What we wanted to do is today is February 4th, which is the day that I adopted Greg, and back in 2015. And he tells me that was 8 years ago. Is it? It doesn't sound right. It's 2022. How is that 8 years? Do the math for me.
So I was 12 at the time. I turned 12 like literally the next month.
Uh-huh.
And in a month I will be 20.
Yeah.
So it will be 8 years.
In a month?
Huh?
I don't understand. It was 2015, 2020.
No, 2015 I was 13.
No. 2015.
Oh yeah, it's 2015.
To 2020 is 5 years. He may have lied to me about these years,
7.
guys. 7 years. Okay, it was 7 years ago.
I was off 1 year.
Yeah. So and so what we wanted to do, 7 years they're telling us. He was homeschooled, guys. He can't help it. So somebody asked, did someone get adopted? It's my dad's birthday, at least it was. Yes, Greg here was adopted. Our Oakland Homestead has come in. So what we wanted to do was just get online and have a little fun, kind of in celebration of that anniversary, and give you guys an opportunity to ask questions as long as they're reasonable. And you can ask questions about the adoption process, about fillings. What else, Greg? Tell her to skip it, Matt. She doesn't need to be watching an hour-long ad. Thank you, Brandy. So, Anyway, just think if you have any questions at all relating to the adoption, and we doesn't have to be limited to the adoption. It can be what we have going on currently. It can be just any question that you might have about us or about adoption in general. And like I said, within reason, and I'll tell you when you're out of line.
I do have one question, Mom.
Mom, Greg, you're not supposed to be asking the questions.
Well, no, this is a very important one. How
What?
come I can barely hear you on this, but I can hear you through the wall?
Same.
I can hear myself through the wall.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm saying, turn it up. Turn up the phone.
I turned it all the way up.
Okay, I turned yours. I turned this up, and you're louder now.
Maybe I can turn my mic itself up.
Well, that one I can hear you now. Turn this computer up. Was the process long? Well, it took 7 years to go. It took 7 years to go through everything. No. Okay. So let's you got two questions here that are kind of related. Pafford's asking if it took 7 years to adopt. No, it didn't. I adopted Greg 7 years ago. And is it Ipsy? Ispy? I don't know how to say it. It says, was the process long? The process didn't have to be long. But it was long. It took me a year to adopt him. We were in Arkansas, and in the state of Arkansas, you have to have the child, when you're in a pre-adoptive home, the child has to be in your home for 6 months before you're allowed to adopt them. So they move in on a trial basis with the intentions of adopting. Hey, Gantz, homesteading. I Spy. Okay. Yeah, I Spy said my little I. Okay, I got it. So you had to have them for 6 months. But when Greg came to me, there was never any intentions of me adopting him. Is that what you were reading?
I already saw that.
Paul, I knew when I said yes. Someone had asked, and so yes, I did adopt Greg I did foster Greg first. It was through the foster care system, but it doesn't matter whether it's through the foster care system or regular adoption. You have to have the child in your home for 6 months before you're able to adopt them. Hey, Diane. And so, Greg, you want to tell them why it took so long? Because it's kind of they want to know how long the process took, and I said it shouldn't have taken long, but it did. It took a year. Do you want to address that at all?
I don't know what you mean.
Why did it take a year?
I don't really know.
You know the answer. You do know the answer. I mean, I'll tell it if you want me to, but you know the answer. You ain't bad.
Do I have to?
No, you don't have to. I mean, I will. You want me to? Okay. So when Greg first came to me, it was they approached me with Greg. They have this, I don't know, they have this thing on the website. What's that group called that I found you on that website?
Project Zero.
Project Zero. He was on Project Zero, their website, and look what Paul said. That's Paul said. That's why it took so long. He was on the Project Zero website, and I had just, as a single woman, had opened my home to adopt only. I've done foster care in the past over in a different county in Arkansas, and I was doing adoption and or fostering, and that wasn't good for me. I have a hard time fostering and then letting go. But I found him on the website, and you know, I saw his picture, a little description of what his age and what he likes and his dislikes and all this. And I inquired about him and didn't hear anything for a couple of months. And then one day, DHS called me and said that they saw that I had inquired about Greg. And I'm like, yeah, that was a long time ago. I've moved on. But no, I didn't say that, but I had inquired about him, and she started giving me a little bit of details about him, and so some of his needs were things that I wasn't prepared to deal with. He had been through some stuff, and it hey lazy C, and it had he had some very intense psychological counseling, and needed it, and actually more than what they had given him. And so he had some behavioral things going on, and I wasn't ready to deal with that. And so I told them, no. So what they did is they called me, kind of briefed me, and then gave me his counselor's phone number. Greg, I don't know if you know this. I actually called Kristen, and Kristen gave me the diagnoses and went through the behavioral stuff. And so I told him I couldn't, that wasn't something as a single woman that I was prepared to take on. And they said, well, we just closed his home that he was staying in, that he'd been in for a few years, and they didn't have anywhere for him to go, and asked if I could take him overnight. And they said that they closed the home. It had nothing to do with Greg. It was the foster parents had done wrong, and so the state closed the home. It was related to Greg, but the foster parents did wrong, and so they closed their home, and they didn't have anywhere to put him because he was in a therapeutic foster home. And so I told him I could keep him overnight, and then they said, "Can you keep him 2 days?" And I said, "What's another day?" And they still weren't able to find a placement for him. They had one lined up on. So we were in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and they had a home lined up for him in Eastern Arkansas, and they backed out at the last minute. And so I told him, I'm not having any problems with him right now. There's always a honeymoon phase, whether you're taking kids in, or you're taking a puppy in, or you're taking in a husband or wife, or whatever it is. There's always a honeymoon phase, and we were still there, so I wouldn't have any problems. And I said, he can stay here for a week or two. And that just kept going on. But I had initially said, I should have said no about that dog, but I had originally said no, that I wasn't up to taking on that kind of responsibility. So that's why it took a year. Growing with Hudson's in here. Greg, is there anything you want to add to that? No? Okay. Paul?
I done seen it.
Yeah. He needed more than that. He did need that. He did need that. But somebody's proud of you. I forgot. Beverly. See it?
Yep. I have the chat on this side.
Oh, okay. Hat Creek Homestead says hello or howdy. Pafford says free to talk. Hey, Lazy C, this is the quietest I've ever seen Greg. Yes, he's nervous. It's hard. You're okay, Matt? What is the court phase? I heard you say that you went with DHS. Did they guide you with everything that you had to go through? Oh, Dirty, come here. as far as the legal process of adopting, they absolutely did. They were very helpful in that part. This was as soon as I said yes. As soon as I said yes, this adoption went very quickly, much quicker than a lot of other adoptions did. But you got to keep in mind, they did not have a placement for him. And at that point, he had been with me almost a year. And so, but in general, yes, they help you with the court process. DHS pays for the adoption itself, and they pay, of course, when the child is with you, child or children are with you. Well, depending on how many you have. If you have more than one, you'll get a subsidy. And if they're like a certain age, I don't know, 11 and 12 and older, or if they're a child of a minority race, especially if they're Black, they don't have as many homes available, for them, or especially adoptive homes. So you would get a subsidy for that. So they paid. He was on Medicaid. They paid for his his counseling, his medical needs, everything like that. And so with any child, actually, let me take that back. I said you would get a subsidy for these children. I meant after adoption. But while you have any child in foster care, even if you're planning on adopting them, if it's through foster care, they are technically foster children, and they belong to whatever state that you're fostering in. And so you will get a check for each child, for the care of the child until you adopt them. Greg, do something about your sister. She's starting a lot of fighting with everybody. Hey, would you put her in my room? Greg, would you put Gertie in my room?
Do I take the live with me?
No, I'll remove you. He's still in the background. I'll bring him back. Did I answer? Did I answer your question? What kind is she, Greg? What kind is she? What? Yeah, it's Caleb. Because they're barking.
He's barking at the coyotes.
Do you hear coyotes? Okay, take that brat in there. Take these two. Actually, Eddie said no.
I took Gertie in shadow or shade. Shade went in there and she followed him in.
Okay. Oh, this isn't gonna work. We got too many dogs. All right, go. Somebody's asking you a question on here.
Did you see earlier where she was creeping up on me?
No. Oh yeah. Put her in the oven. What kind is she? What kind is she? What? Benny. Hello.
No.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I was trying to get rid of this. We actually went through the process to foster and eventually adopt before I got pregnant with Haston. We ultimately didn't open our home because of my medical issues during pregnancy. You could still do it. You could still do it. Did I miss any questions?
What does Pafford mean?
The dog. What kind of dog? Are we talking about the one barking or the one in his room?
This one? Should I show her?
Yeah.
This one, Pafford? Okay. This one right here? This one in my room is boxer mix.
And Greg got her on what birthday? What birthday did you get her?
I think we said it was January 24th
No,
or 29th.
what birthday?
What?
What birthday of yours?
Oh, 14th. My 14th
Here
birthday.
you go. Here you go, Greg.
Foster care, I was in foster care for a total of 12 years.
Okay, I'm gonna put the problem. They're barking at the cat. I'm gonna put the cat up, and stop the barking. So Greg's in charge until I get back.
Oh, Pat, for that little one? The little one, there's two little ones. The Eddie, he's Chihuahua, purebred Chihuahua. And the other one is a mixed breed. We're not sure what she is. Benny, went through high school, so I guess I'm a good educated person. Now Tara wants something, Mom.
What?
She's at the door waiting for something.
Is Greg a good educated person?
I told him I went through high school.
Yeah, he's got his high school degree. He was homeschooled from 9th through high school. And then 7th, 8th, and part of 9th, he went to a private school.
Patty
Here's one
Press
from
got something
Dean.
for you.
What's that?
Patty has something for you.
Okay. Well, Jan has something for you. I'll look for Patty.
Was it you or me that wanted it?
Wanted what?
To be adopted. To adopt me.
You tell me.
How would you say it?
No, she's asking you, how did you feel?
I felt really good.
When I decided to adopt you.
I felt really, really, really good.
Where's Patty's? What was Patty's? Put Patty's up there and let me see what it was. I don't.
Patty's is right under Simply Jan's.
Oh. He was 11 when I got him. I got him on February 17th of 2014, and he turned 12 March 17th that year. So a month after I got him, he turned 12, and then a month after I adopted him, which is February 4th, a month and some days, he turned 13. I mean, if he's throwing a fit, if he's in a bad mood, I'm not going to put him on camera. You know, I think that's that way with most channels. For the most part, he's a happy person. I think. What's Greg? Here's one.
Oh, college. Probably not. Actually, we've had me and Mom have been discussing if I do something, I'm probably going to be doing Job Corps. Which what that is a tech school. It's more of a tech school than college. And they after as you as you learn, you after you like once you're done, they help you find a place and get settled and get a job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they'll, even if they don't have their high school diploma, they'll
Right. And if I go there and I don't have a driver's license, I can do driver's ed there.
and it's ages 18 to 24. So he still has an opportunity to do that if he wants to. We had it set up for him to go, and he backed out at the last minute, right before we moved here, actually. So
I have
it's
a good
whatever.
reason.
The thing is, with Job Corps, Greg needs. He'll be 20 next month. Oh, I'm gonna kill some dogs. Hey, he'll be 20 next month, but he um, still needs a lot of supervision. Um, has a lot of how do I say this? He's special needs. I guess that's one way of putting it. Um, he needs structure. Even at 20 years old, he needs a lot of structure. And so the thing with Job Corps, if he was wanting to get away from me, because I'm all about the structure. If he was wanting to, to try to get out on his own a little bit, Job Corps would be best for him, because he's not just thrown out into the world, which I don't think he would survive right now. He will, but just not. He's not ready quite yet. And so the Job Corps, they make sure they got to get up in time. They got to shower. They got to clean their dorms. They've got to, show up for school or classes or work or whatever. And so it's more structured, which is what he needs. Apparently somebody said something way down the chat that we're not at yet. Here, what age, Greg?
Oh, what age I was put in foster care? I was 3 years old.
I've heard that a lot.
I've heard that too.
Same eye color, same hair color.
Yes.
Very much so. Matter of fact, 2 weeks after he moved in, and I had said he was only going to stay a couple of weeks, and then they would have to find a placement for him. I mean, this is prior to me even meeting him. Like, I had decided I couldn't take this on. This has nothing to do with Greg personally, and he knows that. We've gone over that. But before I met him, I wasn't going to adopt, and that was he was coming to me temporarily, very temporarily. And so, but 2 weeks after he was with me, he asked me to adopt him over and over. And I and I told him no, I can't. And I asked him, I said, dude, you don't even know me. You've been here 2 weeks. Why are you asking me to adopt you? And I just don't want to move anymore. He said, every time I move, there are new rules. Come back in when you can. He said, there are new rules at every house, and I've got to get used to those rules. And there are new people, and I've got to get used to those new people again. And I'm just tired of moving. And he told me that at, I don't think he was 12 yet. It was literally within a couple of weeks after coming to my house. Greg, do you need the code again? Can I hear you? Okay, he's coming back. My nephew was adopted, and he looked just like my sister, even though it wasn't her natural born son. Very close. A big part of that is he relies on me a lot. He relies on me as his how to sometimes he doesn't know how to feel, much less how to act, and he relies on me as gives him an idea of what he should be feeling, whether he should be mad or not, whether he should be scared or not. He relies very heavily on my emotions because he struggles with his own, and so he'll be 20 next month. This current situation is very difficult on me, and is very difficult on him because he's at the age where he should be, in people's minds, now he should be out getting, dating at least. I should be thinking about grandchildren at some point, and he's here as, and needing me as much as he does. But on his end, it's going to be hard because he's almost 20 years old, and his mom makes all the rules, and I almost make every rule there is, right? I mean, even when to brush your teeth, like that's hard on a 20-year-old, 19, 20-year-old, especially a guy. He's wanting to be independent, and God knows I want him to be independent, but not before he's ready. And so, very close in a lot of ways, very, very close. Got here just in time. Yeah, Lori. Yeah, that's a hard going into your teenage years. That's a hard age. But he was only a teenager in size. He was only chronologically a teenager. But I mean, you still have the hormones and you still have the mood swings, but his mind was definitely nowhere near that age. Here you go. Be careful with how you answer that one, though.
Yes, it did get changed. It's been changed a few times.
I changed it from Greg to Gregory. And then he's got a new middle name and, of course, last name. And that's something we discussed, too. He had options. He had options on his name. We discussed it. It wasn't this just that I chose a name and picked it and changed it. We discussed it. And, I mean, one of the options was to leave his name as Greg. I mean, but it wouldn't go with the middle name. So it would have had to been Gregory because his middle name's Charles. So Greg Charles doesn't sound as good as Gregory Charles. So anyway, hey, quit jumping ahead in the chat.
You're like, I can't see this anymore. What you're putting up, I can't see anymore. So
Okay.
All I've got is.
Okay, I'm putting the questions up here.
Fine.
Can you see it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Answered that one earlier.
Question mark. Hey, Lori and Greg. Joni's in here. Hi, Kenton. Just didn't see which one it was. It was Shadow. Vincent says that's Dad.
Gee,
says
Dad.
hello. What is this?
There's law subject you like. I don't.
Benny, I think he could do that. Because law's different from any other subject. That's something I think Greg could do if he wanted to.
We'll talk about this later, Mom.
Okay. Now you're giving him ideas. I prefer trade school, though. Tech school is the way to go. I think now it is. It really is. Job Corps is great. you see that one?
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yes, I saw that one. That's why I was smiling weird earlier.
Y'all, Braxton at Fowler Family Farm is the one that challenged Greg to dive into the snow. If you hadn't seen that short, it starts at Leighton at Rustic Woodworking Family. He does the short, the 2022 Snow Challenge, and then you go to Fowler Family Farm, and you got Braxton, and then you go from Braxton. He challenged Greg, and Greg did it, and then Greg challenged Hunter.
Hunter's was the awesome one.
Living in Abundant Grace Homestead. See, Rebecca went to Job Corps. Lori Carp asked a good question.
I don't know what Votech is.
That's like where you were going to go in Kansas. We set you up to take the test.
Yeah, before I even knew about Job Corps, I was going to go to a tech school that was right there in Kansas when we lived there. And I had a chance to do it. I just had to do like an ACT or something like that. And then I decided at last minute I didn't want to go, so I didn't. It would have been like, I'm not sure if it was like I was going to do what I was going to do, actually.
I don't remember what I was
doing.
Yeah, I don't remember. But he actually got scared to go test. He does have some test anxiety, and he paid for the course, and it was the day before we decided. I mean, you decided not to go, or 2 days before. Patty Price. No. I'm not sure I understand that word. Is that supposed to agricultural? Hey, reword that, Patty. Structure. Structure is very important. It is. She didn't mean that kind of special. Mrs. Lazy Days Ahead. Hello. Be careful. Some Job Corps have no structure. How do you know which one? Because we went up there. I mean, walking through the metal detector, that's pretty structural.
All right. So, a funny story. Hey, we were supposed to remove all metal objects off of us. All right. So, I remove everything except for my shoes. I walk through that metal detector. It goes off. We thought, well, maybe it's my belt buckle. So I take off my belt, walk through. It still goes off. And then they just let us through. I forgot my shoes were steel-toed. So it was detecting my steel-toed shoes.
Embarrassing. So how would you know which ones are not very structured? Mumbles. You know, I mean, he would be exposed to a lot in Job Corps. And the thing is, when he moves out, he can't come back. It wouldn't work. I'm not making him move out, but you can't go from how it has to be here to more freedom to coming back here. It would not work. And I don't think it would work anyway, because he's almost 20. Like, you're not supposed to move out of your parents' house and move back in and move out and move back in. I mean, I don't believe that. That's not special needs. That's a male thing. Yeah. Look at there.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I've seen all the recent ones.
You've seen it?
Yes, I've seen many.
You
Like
said I've
mine is
seen now.
updated.
You said, yeah, I know, but you said I have seen now. You said I seen it a while ago. I seen it. I saw it. 3 was how old our son was when he adopted when our son 3 was how old our son was when our son adopted us. Reversed it.
Uh-oh. Here
What?
we go again.
What? Oh.
You come to see me?
Y'all should have seen him when he got that puppy. He had no idea. He had never had a dog.
Her name's Tara. Tara, look at the front. Tara.
Did you read that? Hey, did you read that? Stop.
Yeah, I read that one. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I know who they are now.
Do you?
Yeah, you want to know?
Devin and
Ryan.
Ryan. It's usually Devin on the chat. Who is it now? Is it both of you? Is it one of you? I asked that before and I don't remember if I.
My birthday?
Yeah.
March 17th.
St. Patrick's Day. Hey, Brenda. Let's see.
They're attacking a bot.
They are.
Yeah, Matt said it didn't last long. Devin's on.
Devin. Okay. Yeah. Roberta. Yep. So, don't give me props here. I actually told him, I actually had tossed the idea around about adopting him in my head and thought, this is a bad idea. If you look at it, if you look at it, you're talking about adopting a teenage boy, a single mother adopting. There are people out there
I
that
wasn't
don't
a teenager yet.
You were close enough. When I adopt, you turn 13 the next year. I mean, the next month. So there are people out there that do not want to adopt boys, period, because they're scared of them. The boys can grow up to be strong. I mean, it's a thing. And so, but I hadn't said I was going to. I hadn't committed to me or anybody else. And we were talking about something, and I don't remember what it was. And I said, well, when I adopt you, we'll whatever. And he goes, you're going to adopt me? And that's when I realized that I had said that and that I was going to adopt him. It wasn't planned.
So 2 people have come in recently. The other counterparts of Fowler Family Farm.
Uh-oh.
Braxton's here.
Mike, I don't know.
I can't put things up.
Huh?
I can't put questions up on screen.
Okay, I'll get there.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah. I had tossed the idea back and forth. With the topic as sensitive as it is, I didn't want people to give out of how do I out of emotion, I guess, out of it is a hard topic, and it pulls the heartstrings of a lot of people, and I didn't want people to, without thinking, push the give button. I don't know if that makes sense. That's all I know how to say, how to put it. Is Greg autistic? He has he would prefer that diagnosis than the other one. We don't know for sure. He he's had a lot of counselors, and his main counselor that he had when he came to me, she had him a total of 6 years. She had him. When did you start seeing her? Do you know?
Who?
Your counselor that you had when you came to me? You're not listening. He is ADHD. Like 7, 6?
I think so, 7.
Something like that. Their diagnosis was not autism, and then he needed a counselor. She worked on attachment. They worked on attachment. That was his therapy with them, and then he needed a different kind of therapy that she wasn't qualified in. So I added a counselor to him. So he was seeing 2 different counselors, one for attachment disorders. Are you with me here, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay. One with attachment disorders, and then the other to handle something else. And we discussed, Greg, the second counselor, we discussed him being autistic. And I had actually asked the first counselor why he wasn't autistic, and she said, because he's this. Do you want me to tell him or no?
It would make it a little bit more simpler.
It would make it simpler, but I don't want to tell him if you don't want me to.
Do you think they should know?
I mean, I don't know that they should know anything, but it's just a matter of. I don't see how it would hurt. Unless you just don't want to. They don't know what. Some of them may know what that means.
Reactive attachment disorder.
So his first counselors, the group, diagnosed him. Where'd you go? Garrity, come here. He pushed the wrong button. He'll be back. Diagnosed him with reactive attachment disorder. And when I added the second counselor, and I did this before he was adopted, he needed this other type of therapy. Oh my goodness. He needed this other type of therapy that they hadn't given him. And I told him, I said, either he gets this other counseling or you're going to have to get him out of my house. Like, he has to get this counseling. He has to get this therapy, or he's not going to get any better. And so it's not doing me any good. It's not doing him any good. And so we might as well just stop this right now. So we got him in this other counseling, and so the first counselor asked, why is he RAD and not, why is he reactive attachment disorder and not autistic? Because a lot of the things that they were saying this is from the attachment disorder. Like, to me, coming in from the outside, looked like autism. And so when he got to the second counselor, who hadn't been with him all of his life, well, to him, here's Greg. To him, it looked like a little bit like autism. And he said, well, we can test him. And he did, I don't know, ask Greg questions. And I filled out paperwork, and his teacher filled out paperwork. And I think Mom did too. And it came back that it was highly likely that he is on the spectrum of autism. But you can't be reactive attachment and autistic. There's some things about Greg that other homes didn't notice. He does have some sensory issues. He will not go outside. And Fowler, I was very surprised that he got in the snow. I was very surprised that he did that. It wasn't until this summer that he would let a fan blow on him. Um, if it's raining, and it doesn't matter if it's sprinkling or if it's raining, he has to have a coat on with the hood up. He can't stand the rain coming down on him. Anybody want a dog? Anyway, there are some things that wasn't noticed in the beginning. What's up?
Hat Creek they debate that you can't be rad in autism because they say my 14-year-old has rad, ODD, autism, ADHD, OCD, SPD.
Well, I mean, that's what she was telling me. She was like, it's not autism because it's reactive attachment disorder. And with autism, there is some attachment problems. It's so I just he's it would be high functioning. But he's got so much. He was diagnosed when I got him PTSD, although we don't see any signs or symptoms of PTSD anymore. ADHD. It's loud over here. I don't remember.
What you do?
I dropped a phone. Let's see. Yeah. Well, another thing is he was on like 5 or 6 medicines. And so he had anger issues, and he does have anger issues in that he's impulsive, but I mean, he had anger issues, like he had to be restrained when I first got him. But I realized, after having him for a while and his behavior was getting better, I wanted to kind of take him back off the drugs because he was on high dosages, and kind of get a baseline for him because he'd been all these placements and all these different doctors and different meds and all this. And he had a med to get up, and he had a med to calm him down when he got up, and he got a med to wake him up because they put him on medicine to calm him down, and he had a med to go to sleep. I mean, he had 5 or 6 medicines. And so we started coming down on his ADHD medicine, because if I could get his ADHD medicine down, then he could be off of these other drugs that are supposed to calm him down. I found out that when we would lower the dosage of his Vyvanse, that he didn't have the anger problems that he got kicked out of school from, That's not.
What does that mean?
He don't know. No. Talk about women telling the men what to do all the time, but it's not quite like that. You need to learn to brush your teeth before you get married, because she's going to say, this ain't my job. I'm out of here. Okay. Yep. And Greg has money in the bank. He has a savings account. Did you read it? Are you still reading that?
Dang. What?
Yeah. It's different. You just got to get. I don't strangle. That's kind of much. I do get angry. I get so frustrated. I'm at Greg, don't tell me to look at the private chat. In the private chat, how am I going to read that?
The one between you and me.
I know. I'm looking at the private chat, and it says, look at the private chat.
Do you see the other one?
Yeah, but I don't know what it means.
I think I can hear you better if I take it off.
There's a silent mode? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Try talking.
I'm messing with you, Greg.
I didn't hear anything. You were
I
totally
know.
silent. I was like,
I know. I
"Oh,
was messing with you.
you did that on purpose."
Yeah.
I was like, "Is there a problem here?"
Okay.
Exactly, Paul.
Did you read it?
It went away before I could get it upsized.
Come on, man. You read for a living. Boog
I
is
do
in.
read for a living, practically.
He does read for a habit. I mean, as a hobby.
Uh huh.
Uh,
Yeah, that one's Infernal's probably would be probably the better one. I'm not sure.
hey, you and the hair. Stop it.
What breed is she?
I don't know. Are you reading this?
Just did.
You already gonna go outside? Okay. She wants to go outside. Greg's in charge.
Huh?
You're in charge. You go outside? Eddie? What'd you do while I was gone? Growing with Hudson hates test 2. Jody.
What are you doing?
Mennonite farmhouse. Commercials are over. Let's see. He muted himself to sneeze. Can't spell.
Whew.
Stop. Read that. Be right back. Come on. Dandy. No. Let's go. Come on. Say something.
Well, I don't have any of the other comments.
Dandy. Let's go. Retreat.
Jody, to answer your question, I don't think I would be any good at that. Except all I'm good at is looking at reading books and telling out where they went wrong. Good day, Daz.
So you answered one question.
Well, it was a long question. I had to yell into Tara in the midst of it.
I heard that. So Sherry has test anxiety.
Lay down.
Yeah, 46. That's I thought I shut them dogs down. Off-grid living with Living Simple Homestead. Growing with Hudson says, not sure, but my brother went and it taught him a lot of bad habits. He went to Job Corps in Ohio somewhere, almost like a house. See what goes on at night. Almost like a house. Huh. In the one in Tulsa, it's their dorms, and it's they're right there on the facility. Your dorm is in the same place as the schooling. They've got a dentist and a doctor there, and it's all fenced in. I mean, like you're not. I don't know how free you are to come and go, but Crazy Ed's in here. He's been here for a while, I guess. Devin says, you guys are awesome. Thank you. How was the snow, Greg? You didn't answer Braxton.
Oh, I answered him.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. That's my answer.
Your puppy can tell you need loving.
Yeah, she did. Tell Braxton he cheated.
Yeah, do you see this? You tell Braxton, you're right there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll respond. Would you get back? Go lay down. Get experience in the field you're interested in first. Yeah,
How
it's
am I
like
supposed to...
How? Well, you were going to go to Job Corps for maintenance technician or whatever that was called.
Building construction technology.
Okay. Building construction tech. You can start at this house, doing work at this house. Let's see if you like it before you go to school and spend all that time
What am I doing? Building a goat pen.
with pallets. I'm talking about we still got to put insulation and sheetrock up, and we don't know how. Red Road Homestead. Hello.
Can I take this off the charger?
Why? No.
It's like 83 and I'm attached to a cord.
I like you attached to a cord. I'd rather have boys than girls, but I'm done trying to do foster care work. Did you do foster care work? I would rather have boys than girls too. And I know there's a lot of people that are the other way around.
Can I answer a question that's right here?
Put it up. Let me see it.
Well, I can't put it up.
Why can't you put it up?
It won't let me. Like, I click on these and they don't. It's only you, the host.
You mean I've got the power?
It's from our new land.
First, you tell Jody how old you'll be. You're skipping questions. Jody wants to know how old you'll be.
When?
On your birthday.
20. Like, I didn't see that question. They disappear before I see them mostly.
Read the question. Not this one.
Well, the question was it was about books.
What is it? Read the question.
It disappeared on me.
Oh. Red Road, look at this.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Let's see. You guys are awesome and strong to be so open about all of this. Kudos. Oh, we're hiding a lot, aren't we? You mean Greg would rather be diagnosed as autism than a psychotic?
I saw that one too.
Yeah, and yes, he would be. 21 now. We all love. Dandy, go lay down.
My dog's behaving.
Oh, well, she heard that and she went. She went. I saw something and I lost it. We're getting there. We love y'all anyway. Y'all are great family. Smile, Greg. We love you too. How long ago did you adopt Greg? February 4th. February 4th, 2015. Now he says it's 7 years ago. Earlier he was telling me 8, but who knows?
We figured out it was 7.
So foster care over the last 4 years, it's been a rough road, tough road. Yes, foster care is not easy. It is not for everybody. Did you have to go through any counseling yourself since this was a new process for you as well? Lazy days ahead, I had done I had done foster care before Greg. The result of that was counseling. And then after I got Greg, yes, I had to get some counseling. Yes, I did. Not a lot. I just needed to make sure. I just needed someone that I could trust, that I can bounce things off of to make sure I was still sane. Because his perspective was so different from mine. And I'm like, well, maybe I'm the one that's crazy. You know, so maybe I need the help. My brother Ronald has 3 diagnoses that he got when he was an adult.
I just read Braxton's latest one.
Oh, look at this.
I didn't see it.
Come on, dude.
Oh.
You remember?
Yeah.
My 14-year-old has RAD, ODD, autism, ADHD, OCD, and SPD. I am not familiar with SPD. What is that?
I'll tell you when they answer.
Okay. I'll be back. Need some supper now. Okay. Sorry. Leanne, I will join with you in prayer. I missed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't miss it. Yes, you can where my son is. Issues. Many times a child has no control of their aspects of it, will develop certain behaviors that mimic autism or spectrum disorders. I don't doubt that.
Sensory processing disorder.
Okay. Greg the dog's scared.
I don't know.
We love you no matter what. Buddy, you're the G of the LGs. I would have anger issues too if everyone I knew kept being ripped away from me and placed with a stranger. Yes, Hat Creek, that is true. Right now, though, he is almost 20, and we're focusing on that might be the reason, but that's not going to be our excuse. Isn't that right, Greg? Greg?
What?
Look at me with both eyes.
What?
This. Read that.
Right.
No. We are working on, it might be the reason, but that's not going to be your excuse for your behavior. You're an adult.
That's totally the reason.
Huh? It's
totally
maybe it may be a reason, but it's not an excuse. You're responsible for your behavior. Okay, Greg, how would you describe you and your day-to-day experience? That's not an easy question.
I don't know.
It's kind of an open-ended question, so you can make that to be whatever you want it to be. Don't let it trap you. Just throw in there whatever. Just throw in there what it answered, however you want to answer it.
Like, I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. Well, she said describe you and your day-to-day experiences. Or he. Is that a she or he?
I don't know.
Um. Anyway, you like to read. You like books.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just go that route. Don't let
Like
that trap you. Answer it however you want. It's open-ended.
90% of my day is reading books. When I'm
When
not
he's
taking care of
grounded,
the animals, when I'm
when
not
you're
taking
not
care of the animals or eating, I'm reading books.
if he's got game, if he doesn't have games and MTV,
Yes, if I don't have video games or TV, I'm reading books.
and that's the first thing to go.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like I have video games. That's the first thing that goes out the way. Goes out.
When he gets out of line,
Why
I
would
like
you want to call me Charles?
I like Chuck better.
No. First thing
Greg,
that goes is games, then TV, then the books. I saw that.
so
LP
he is
says female.
female. Okay, um, his he's just impulsive right now. It's not that he's the what he came with, the anger that he came with is like it's nothing like that now. Nothing like that. Like, well, I started to say something that would probably embarrass Greg. Greg, you're a survivor. Seriously.
I didn't see that one.
See? See, I'm here for something. Altruistic Farmstead, hello.
Yeah,
Try
they've
giving
been in
Greg
here for a
coffee
while.
for his ADHD. Worked on my kids. He does drink coffee. He has his own coffee pot. And the other day, instead of buying coffee, he bought hot chocolate, which has a lot of sugar.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah, if you are a Christian, definitely pray. My boys weren't ready to be on their own at 19. And I moved out when I was 20.
So I'm guessing Braxton probably won't be ready at 19.
Braxton's really mature for his age, although he did jump in the snow with nothing but shorts on.
Hey, he cheated. He jumped into that hot tub. No one else got a hot tub.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah, everyone has to have a hot tub if you're gonna jump in one.
I am evil.
What?
I am evil. Somebody said I was evil. I think it was because of the trick I played on you.
That would be
Someone
Paul.
says, Mumbles, take the wheel, off grid living. Take the wheel.
Paul would have been the one that said the evil part.
Is it Paul?
Yeah.
Paul said a lot of things.
Yeah, he says a lot of things.
Brampton says, it's okay, Greg. How's the weather? This must be when I left you all ago.
Yes, this is when you left me. Oh, who's
Hey,
that?
look at this. What?
Who's the kitty? Yes,
Oh.
I answered that question already. That's the one that you
Shadow.
said you answered one question. Oh, hi, Shadow.
Hey, did I bring Dandy in? Dandy, Yeah, I brought her in. Okay.
Well, let me check.
Okay, I have to get the kids a bathe, but Greg, I just wanted to tell you that you have a beautiful smile. Listen to your mom. She always gives you the best advice she can.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Who said that?
Patty. She didn't say I gave the best advice. She said I gave the best advice that I can. Okay, Dandy, I was just checking to see if you're in here. Go lay down. Go lay down. I see Greg and my grandson. He tried Votech but couldn't handle it. He has had good jobs and blew them off, but does great living at home and working part-time jobs.
You still have
Greg,
one question on the thing on screen.
oh, well, answer it. I forgot about it. I got
I
distracted.
already answered it though.
What was it?
It,
I want to
it
know the answer.
I had told them I don't think I would, but on Bush I can read and point out the errors left and right.
Well, Heather wants to know what you want to do in the future.
What do you mean?
Anything, open-ended. Don't let those trap you. She didn't ask you a yes or no question. She didn't ask you how many. She asked you a question that you can come at it and answer in any way you want to.
I don't know.
What do you want to do in the future? It's a simple, I want to get married
I'll
and
be
have
my own
children.
boss. That's what I want to be in the
Okay.
future. Be my
Okay.
own boss. Have my own businesses.
What is off-grid living? Greg, what is your passion? What are you really interested in becoming? Go ahead and say it.
What?
If they tease you about it, I'll ban them. Go ahead and say whatever it is.
What?
I got my finger on the button. Go ahead and say
it. What do you mean?
What is your passion? Don't be scared is what I mean. What is your passion? What are you truly or really interested in becoming? Hey, Daz. I know you've been here a while. Our Lou Land says, Greg, tell Laura to catch up in the chat. But if I did, your questions wouldn't get answered. What is your passion?
I don't know.
Video games. I got that answer.
Oh, there you go. There's the answer.
What are you really interested in becoming is the second part of it.
Oh, that was two questions in one. I thought that was all one question.
Greg, what is your passion? What are you really? It is kind of all one question. He meant it from it to be one question.
Jesse has the second answer.
What?
Becoming independent.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I want him to become independent. Our new land wants.
Scott said gaming is the answer.
Here's your question. I think that you were looking for a while ago.
Yes. So I have a wide variety. Right now, I mostly read the Maze Runner series, and that's fiction, and I do Christian and suspense.
He's he really reads like the Bible. He reads the Old Testament. He's not really interested in the New Testament. He's interested in the Old Testament stories. And I bet he knows them more than any of y'all.
Can I read the latest Off-Grid Living with LSH?
Yeah.
Greg, have you considered starting a gaming channel? It's a very successful niche.
He wants to. I'm disagreeing.
I really do want to.
I would have to babysit that.
I don't care. I'll do it.
No, but you understand that's my time. That's my time.
I'll repay you by doing chores here. I'll build a goat pen by myself.
I don't
and
need you
video
to
it for your channel.
I don't need that. Hey,
I'll give you your time back.
no, you won't.
All right, I read this. I don't know who Mr.
I don't either. Fallon?
Who is
Fallon?
that altruistics?
Few gauge driving. Dogs have a mind of their own. They seem to be full of energy and they're jealous.
Lazy days ahead. Jesse's latest post is you got the suspense stuff down pat. You keep us in suspense.
What's that? Who? What?
Jesse said that I had the suspense stuff down pat because I leave them in suspense.
Oh. So a few guys said he did some work in Tulsa, and the one in Tulsa, and they aren't completely free to come and go, but they have a lot more freedom than they would at home.
John wants to know if he's in trouble now.
Who's John?
LSH.
Oh, why would he be in trouble?
For the gaming channel thing.
No,
No, you're not in trouble, John.
it's just it can't happen. At least not this year.
I didn't see that.
And I agree, John. What?
You had a Tracy Ed's up, and then it went away fast. Oh.
I agree. The gaming channels are doing really well right now, but it's just there's more involved with him getting on it than another even 13-year-old doing it. Greg, I wish you all the best and blessings to you both. Have a great weekend. Growing with Hudson. Stay safe, everyone. Daddy needs to put his taxi hat on. Okay. Being a lawyer is structured and he likes books. Did you see that one?
No. I thought I already answered this.
It's worded a little bit differently. He's not going to give up, probably. So you might as well come up with something.
Yeah, we thought of Votech, but now that we moved,
There'd be more
it's
difficult.
harder.
Our cabin in the woods.
They've been on for a while.
I bet they have. I'm so behind on the chat. Are they the one with that dog?
I'm ahead in the chat.
Are they the one with the dog?
Oh, wow.
What?
Oh, I'm reading John's latest one. He was talking to Scott from Rooms. He thinks I have the smarts to become a successful gamer and be very successful.
His IQ is, and I've read notes. I have all of his files from when he came into foster care, and when this other counselor, tested to see if he was on the autism spectrum. His IQ, and I've forgotten what it was, but it is on the high end of average. Cat pushed the button to the recliner and it's opening up. It was on the high end of average, which when he a couple of times when he was in foster care, they had done evaluations on him and done IQ tests, and it was the same.
What's a paralegal?
Paralegal does the grunt work. Well, it depends.
Because Jesse says if you like finding mistakes in people's work, you should become a paralegal or a home inspector.
Read this.
With Braxton said?
Yeah.
I already read it.
Well, do y'all see this cat?
That's a good boy, Shadow.
Sensory post. Golly, I am behind.
Yeah, because Ricky Venture just said hello from Minnesota.
Pushing the button. Grey Wolf Outdoors. Nancy Amick. Hello, Jenna Wiley. I'm trying, people. I'm trying. I'm female. Don't hurry. Don't be in a hurry to leave home. We just got home. Gonna leave this plane while I fix dinner and deal with kiddos. Probably be just lurking. So safe.
My last one is the one I can't see past.
Did you see this?
Yes, I did see that.
Did you see how awesome I am? Scott is lurking. S. Gentry is hitting that thumbs up, reminding everybody to hit that thumbs up. Greg, listen to your mom.
Scott saying he bugs me all the time, but I'm a smart cookie.
What's oh yeah.
At first he had to correct himself because he first put beg.
Crazy Ed says, hello, Lori's dad. A better answer would be, and look, a better answer would be, and look after my mama. You can gain a lot of experience taking care of stuff around your homestead. Owning your own property is no joke, loads of work. And I've told him, later he should buy an acre or two. I don't think he should buy more than that because he's not real fond of work. But and maybe do some homesteading, and you can do it on a couple of acres. Gregor, why don't you help your mom? And I have all. Wait. You were a great son, and great.
Oh, you should see the latest of Ed. You always think he's bugging you. He says, Greg, I think you will be successful. Anything that you do and you put your mind into. You're a smart kid, but listen to your mother. She's awesome.
Oh, I'm not. Now I'm not in the booster seat. What's your favorite?
Yeah.
Jody's got a question.
Here's my favorite animal. Wait. Here's my favorite animal right here. Right
Show
there.
them your nasty room.
I am not. I'm showing my favorite animal right there.
Tara.
Right there.
Okay.
All right. We're done with you. Yeah, I read that.
Have you can? Oh no.
Hey, go lay down.
Oh, I can't believe how far away I am. Don't let her shake.
My bad.
There's so many good books out there. I seriously can't. Oh, that's awesome, Jody. See that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, see you later, Pafford. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat. Tanya's leaving, I guess. Gotta think Greg has a smart become.
Oh, Crazy Ed says, I thought you were still sitting in your booster seat right now. Lori, elbow toss.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Greg. Oh, go take care of that. Oh, I see. If you like finding mistakes in people's work, you should become a paralegal or a home inspector. Ricky Ventures. I know you've been here a minute, but hello. Good night, Sherry. And I'm trying really quickly to get to the bottom of this chat. Our Hokie Homestead's leaving.
I'm back.
Greg, I think you'll be successful. Listen to your mother. Always listen to your mother. Going to bed. Nana's crazy life is going. I'm just reading them.
Oh.
I thought you were still sitting in your booster seat. So I'm getting close. Oh, I'm at the end.
You are?
Yeah.
What was
Okay.
the
Do you
very
have
last one?
Our Cabin in the Woods? Hello to our. Hello, Ricky. Greg, do you have anything else to say, or does anybody have any last questions before we get off of here? Because we've been on here a while. It's been fun, or has for me. Has it been for you?
Yeah.
Why do you just sit there and stare at me when I ask you something?
No, I'm reading the chat.
There's nothing else to read. We're at the bottom of the chat.
I was looking back up and then back down.
Do you have anything else to say?
I don't have anything else to say.
I don't have anything else to say. So we getting off here?
Wait. Scott says, I think Greg would be an amazing home inspector. I know I call you Mumbles and bug you a lot. That's keeping you on your toes. I don't see anything else.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to end this live and we're going to put the dogs to bed and outside and a bunch of other places. Thank you guys for coming here tonight. Greg.
Oh, wait. Last minute question.
What?
Benny, Greg, would you be an America president?
Would you?
You want to answer that?
I don't have that answer.
I'm not sure. Not sure at this very moment.
He would like to have the power. He wants control, for sure. Our new lion, thanks for being so open. I learned so much about you both tonight. So impressed. You are so strong. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. All right, for real, we need to let these people go. There are other lives coming up, and there are animals to be taken care of.
Pafford's on now.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, y'all want to check out Pafford?
Love raid.
Yeah, we could do a love raid over at Pafford Homestead. Shock them. Hey, look who's in here.
Oh, wow, she finally figured it out.
That's April. April probably knew how. She's just never.
There you go, Grandma.
Well, April, I don't know if you've been in here the whole time. We're getting off of here. We've been, and Yogi is on also. Yogi,
yeah.
What's the name? Yogi Hollow?
Hollow Farm.
Yeah, Yogi Hollow Farm. Pafford Homestead is on. Anyway, April, we're getting off of here. We've been on here an hour and a half. I don't know if you've been here the whole time. I hope so. But would hope to see you chatting more in our live streams and checking out our videos. Guys, we gotta
bye.
Bye, y'all.